привет. Хочу передать привет родным, близким, знакомым, друзьям. У меня все хорошо, скучаю.
You wanna run it? I hope I'm recording.
Yeah, looks nice. Already.
Oh God, that's okay. Hi everybody, hi friends. First, I just want to thank you so much for clicking on that link. I'm really happy you're here. I definitely want to do some live videos soon. This will be a beginner's yoga. I know everybody's coming from different places, different skill levels, but don't worry, in yoga you don't really need skill. It's not about that, it's just about being present. But throughout I'll try to give alternatives for people who want to do something different, whether that be less, more, either way. I also wanted to just meet you where you are. It might rain, who knows? We're at a public park. This is Sasha, by the way. Wave hi.
Hi guys.
He's my guinea pig. So I want to be here for you so that you can have a moment to yourself. So enjoy, breathe, and let's begin. All right, so we're gonna start lying on our backs. You can roll your feet out so your toes are outside. Have your arms by the side of your body with your palms facing up. You can close your eyes or you can have a soft gaze. We're gonna start with a body scan. So I want you to go ahead and notice your toes. Notice your left big toe, your second toe, your third, your fourth, your pinky toe. Notice the top of your left foot. Notice the sole of your left foot. Notice how the heel of your left foot is firmly rooted in the ground. Now go ahead and notice your right foot. Your right big toe, your second toe, your third, your fourth, your pinky toe. Notice the top of your right foot. Notice the sole of your right foot. And your heel sinking down into the ground. Now bring your attention to your ankles and your calves and your shins. Notice your knees. Go ahead and relax your thighs, your hamstrings. Go right on up to your hips. Let them sink into the ground. Notice your pelvis, your lower back, where we hold a lot of our tension. Notice your ribs and how they expand when you breathe in and contract when you breathe out. Notice the back of your ribs and how they dig a little bit further into the ground when you breathe in and breathe out. Notice your chest and how it rises when you breathe in and out. Notice your collarbone. Go ahead and feel your left shoulder blade sticking into the ground. Travel down that left arm to your elbow. Notice your wrists, fingers on your left arm. Go ahead to your fingers on your right arm. Notice they have a gentle curl in them. It's totally normal. Notice your palms. Try to feel the heat and the energy coming from your palms. right shoulder. Now go back to your neck. Front of the neck is open. The back of your neck resting on the ground. Notice your chin. Try to release any tension you have there. Whether that makes your mouth open or it's closed, teeth gently touching. Notice your nose, whatever you're smelling. Right now I smell the river nearby. It's dew the grass. Notice what you hear, all the sounds around you. It doesn't have to be a perfectly quiet place. You let the sounds come in and out. Notice the spot right between your eyes, your third eye. You have a furrowed brow. Try to unfurrow it right now. You can smile a little bit, that helps. Go ahead up to the top of your head. Breathe in and breathe out any energy that's stuck there. Now go ahead and wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. If you have your eyes closed, go ahead and open them. And what I want you to do is stretch your arms up overhead, stretch your toes, and we're going to make a banana shape. So we're going to bring our ankles to the right, like this, and your arms to the right. Make a banana, or a crescent moon if you want to picture something a little bit more pretty. And if you want a deeper stretch here, you can bring your left foot over your right ankle, and you can pull your left arm with your right hand. Try to keep your elbow on the ground. You want to keep grounded, so you should feel your elbow, your hands, your shoulder blades, your butt, and your right heel. Don't forget to breathe. Don't hold your breath. Now come center and switch sides. We're going to make our banana over to the left. Remember, if you want that deeper stretch, you can cross your right ankle over your left and pull your right arm with your left hand. Feel that deep stretch in your right side body. Center. Go ahead and bring your knees to your chest. Hug your knees. You can rock a little bit. We're going to do a bit of a spinal twist. So go ahead and bring your knees to the right. And if they don't touch the ground, that's okay. You can put something under your knees, or you can put your hand there. Otherwise, I want you to cactus your left arm and look over to the left side. Breathe and feel the twist. And back to the center. Now to the other side. To your right side. And again, if you need something under your knees, that's totally fine. Take some deep breaths into your belly. It's good to feel it expand. You don't have to always keep it sucked in. want you to plant your feet down. You're gonna bring your heels close to your butt here. Plant your hands down, palms down, and we're gonna do some gentle bridge work. So when I talk about a bridge, what I want you to do is to tuck your pelvis like this, and you're going to use your glutes and your abs to bring it up, just like that. And when you come back down, you're gonna roll down. So from the top of your back, roll down your spine, down all the way to your pelvis, and then it can rock back to neutral. All right, so let's do that again. Roll up, breathe in, expand, breathe out, roll down, roll down. One more time, just like that. Breathe in. On the inhale, rise up. And on the exhale, roll down. Now, if that's enough for you, you can keep doing it that way. But if you'd like a little bit more to do, what you're going to do on the inhale, you're going to bring your arms overhead, and on the exhale, bring it down. And I want you to feel like you're going through molasses, so don't do it fast. We're doing the same bridge, we're just adding those arms, all right? So go ahead and inhale. And exhale through the molasses. Again, if that's too much, that's okay. Just keep doing the bridge. Inhale. And exhale. Don't forget to roll through your pelvis. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. All right, now what I want you to do is you're gonna hug your knees, and we're gonna take a couple of rocks like this. You rock and back, rock, and then eventually you're gonna come to seated and into tabletop. All right. So here we are in tabletop. You want your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your wrists. Try not to put too much pressure in your wrist. If it helps, think about putting your fingertips firmly into the ground so you're almost cupping your hands. That'll be healthier for your wrists. And then go ahead and we're going to go back into a downward facing dog. So what you do is you tuck your toes and you lift your butt up into a downward facing dog. Now you can have your feet hip distance apart. You can have your feet closer together. Honestly, it just depends on your own hips. Everybody has a different pelvis. Usually guys can have their feet a little closer together because their pelvis is not as wide. Keep breathing in and out. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. And try to keep your head in line with your arms. It doesn't matter if your heels reach the ground, they can be up here, that's totally fine. You can even have a slight bend in your knees. Now I want you, on your next inhale, to walk up to your hands. Exhale, hang. You can grab a hold of your elbows. Inhale and exhale. we're gonna bring our toes together. We're gonna do a halfway lift, which looks just like this. Your hands might be up here, here. Just avoid the knees so you don't push them back too much. And exhale to the ground. Now we're gonna bend our knees and come all the way up. Inhaling to the top with a little back bend. And hands to heart center. All right, here we are. We're in mountain pose here. I want you right now to make a promise to yourself. A promise of presence. We're here for ourselves. That's a good thing. All right? So we're going to start off with Surya Namaskara A, which is a sun salutation. So go ahead and raise your arms up till the fingertips touch. You're going to swan dive down to the ground. Halfway lift. Down to the ground. Now you're going to bend your knees and come right back up. We're just doing a half sun salutation right now. Little back bend. And hands to heart center. Go ahead and do that again. And exhaling, swan dive down. Halfway lift. Keep your shoulders away from your ears and exhale down. Bend your knees all the way up. Back bend. Hands to heart center. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale. Look up. Exhale. Swan dive down. Inhale. Halfway lift. Come down. Bend your knees. Swoop all the way back up. Little back bend. Hands to heart center. Now we're going to go ahead and do a full sun salutation A. So go ahead and lift up. Fingertips touch and swan dive down. Halfway lift. Now go ahead and plant your hands and step, walk, or float back to a plank. Chaturanga. Bring your elbows 90 degrees and lift up into an upward facing dog and exhale to a downward facing dog. We're going to take 5 breaths here. Remembering to keep your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale. And on your next exhale, look up between your fingers, step, walk, or float up to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale down. Inhale, rise. Little back bend. Hands to heart center. Very good. Now we're going to do that 2 more times, a little bit quicker, okay? Up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, just follow your breath. Exhale, back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. If you want, you can walk your heels out right here, depending on how you're feeling in the moment. 4, 5. Look up, step, walk, or float to the top. Halfway lift. Down. Inhale up. Hands to heart center. And again. Swan dive. Inhale up. Exhale back. Chaturanga. Still working on my chaturanga. Life is a process, it's all good. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Try to be ever conscious of what's going on in your body at this moment. If you feel scrunched up in any particular place, go ahead and put your focus there. 4, 5, look up, step, walk or float up to the top, halfway lift, down, all the way up, little back bend that I forgot the last time, but Sasha remembered, and hands to heart center. Now we're going into Surya Namaskar B. It's very similar to that last one. We're gonna sit into chair pose to start. So bring your arms up and your butt back like you're sitting in a chair. We're trying to keep our knees behind our toes. So if you should look down, you should see that your knees are behind your toes. You'd be able to see them wiggling. Try to keep your weight toward the back of your feet. And calm down. Halfway lift. And back into Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Now we're going to go ahead on your inhale, bring your right leg up. Go ahead and open up your hip. Bend your knee. Stack it over your other knee if possible. Just try to open your hip. Now straighten it back and bring that leg all the way in between your fingers. We're going to come up into Warrior 1. One breath. Into Warrior 2, just like this. Look out over your fingertips. Feel fierce. You are fierce. Right side angle. You're going to go ahead and bring your right arm down and swoop this one over your head. Look up. You can also do a bind if that's your thing, like this. Or you can put your hand on the ground. It's kind of up to you. This is the base here. Now we're going to straighten that front leg and come into a triangle. Your right hand can be on your foot, your ankle, your shin, the ground, whatever is comfy or somewhat comfy. Now I want you to come up as if someone's pulling your left arm. So breathe in, all the way up. Now we're gonna face this way, but I'm gonna face you so that you can see, all right? So we're here. You can face that way.
That's great.
All right, we want your toes facing forward. We're gonna go ahead and touch the ground.
This is the best actually.
Yeah. If you have a partner, you can do this too, so you can look at each other's upside down faces, which is always really attractive. All right, now I want you to turn your toes out like this, and you're gonna bend down. We're going into Goddess. So we want your knees over your toes. Go ahead and adjust if you need to, like me. Knees are gonna be over your ankles. You don't wanna roll in or out. And you're gonna cactus your arms like this. It's a really powerful pose. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so we wanna keep our shoulders away from our ears. We wanna lengthen our torso. We wanna tuck the pelvis and sink down deep. We're gonna be here for a little bit. If you can't do this for a long time, go ahead and come out slowly and go back into it slowly. We don't want a lot of bouncing. If you feel the shake or a burn, that is what you're meant to feel. Breathe through it. It's okay to shake. Your body is working, that's amazing. All right, on your next inhale, you're gonna straighten up, turn your toes facing forward, and you're gonna bow down deep. Go ahead and take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes, lift up and pull. Stretch down. This should feel pretty good after doing goddess pose. Breathe. Now you're going to turn to the right. So if I were coming from here, we're going to turn to the right, and we're going to bring our back leg, which should be our left leg, bring it in a little bit. I think that was the right leg, yeah. Bring it in a little bit, and we're in a pyramid. So if you need to bend your knees a little bit, that's okay. Try to think chest up. I'm tenting my fingers here. You don't want your ankles to be right in front of each other. They should be a little bit further apart. And go ahead and bow down. Breathe in and out. Getting a little bit deeper with each exhale. A little bit more length with each inhale. You to go ahead and look at your right foot. We're going to bring our left foot up to it, just like that. Back to chair pose. Looking up, butt back. You should be able to see your toes. And down to the ground. Inhale all the way up. Little back bend. Into heart center. All right, now we're going to do that all again on the other side, okay? So, breathe in, sweep up, swan dive down. We're going to do halfway lift, and then we're just going to come right back up because we need to do a chair pose. Heart center, okay? We're going to go into chair pose. And into chair. Sit the butt back, look up. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And fold over. Halfway lift. Back into plank. You can hop back, step back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. Now we're going to do three-legged dog with the other leg. Bring your left leg up. Go ahead and bend the left knee. Flex your foot. Breathe in, widen those hips. Try to make sure you're not twisting to the left. Keep your torso straight on facing your yoga mat. Now straighten that leg back out and bring it in between your hands. Rest the heel of your right foot back. Come up into Warrior One. In Warrior One, we want our hips facing this way. So our car would be moving in that direction. Breathe in and out. We're going to open up into Warrior Two. Very nice. Keep that left knee over your ankle. Try not to go in or out or too far back so it's not bent enough. We're going to come into side angle. This can be a little bit of a variation. I like to do it like this. You can bind, you can put your hand on the ground. Whatever opens up this right side body. Breathe in and out. Now we're going to stretch the left leg and go into triangle pose. Again, try to put your left hand wherever is semi-comfortable. Breathe. Try stacking the shoulders. Now we're gonna lift up as if somebody is pulling your earbud out of your ear. Pull up to a straight body. Now we're gonna put our toes forward. We're gonna go ahead and bend down, but this time we're gonna clasp our hands behind our back, stretch up, and exhale down. This is good for your shoulders if you have tension there. I always do. All right, now we're going to turn our toes out yet again. Bring our hands down to the ground. We're going to sit down into goddess. Sit down, tuck that pelvis. Bringing your torso up, shoulders away from the ears. Smile because you're sweating, but it's not too hot out in Florida. Even if you're in a different state, you can smile about that. Remember, you can always slowly come up and slowly get back down into it if holding it is too much. Feel all that energy coming from your shaking body out of your palms. Feel the strength. And up. We're going to face our toes forward and bow down. We're going to use our peace fingers. If you want to use your pinky, that's fine too. Lift up. And exhale, pull down. Breathe. You want to try to get your butt over the heels of your feet. That sounds ridiculous, but the tendency is to rock back onto your heels. But really we want to think about coming forward, which is a little scary because it feels like you're going to fall forward, but trust yourself. Now we're going to turn to the left. This time your left foot should be forward. You bring your right leg up a little bit into pyramid. We're gonna bring our chest forward, tent those fingers, or come up onto your shin. And exhale, bow down. look at your left foot. Bring your right foot right next to it. Like this.
Sorry.
Go ahead and inhale, halfway lift, exhale down. Go ahead and inhale all the way up. Our last little standing back bend here. And hands to heart center. All right, now we're gonna come to seated. I'll go ahead and face you guys. You can face the other way if you want to. It doesn't matter. So this is my favorite, Baddha Konasana. If you know me, you've seen me do this, probably. Your knees do not have to be touching the ground. Most likely they're up here. You can look at Sasha back there. Again, it just has to do with how your pelvis is built. If you want to rest a little bit, you can put books or pillows underneath your knees here. I want you to think about opening your feet like a book. Put your thumbs on the soles of your feet. You can give yourself a little bit of a massage. Think torso up tall. Now I want you to pull on your feet, just like this, keeping your torso straight. Try to keep it in a straight line. Breathing, of course. And now go ahead and fold over. You can use your elbows to keep your knees down on the ground. Breathing in and out. Try to relax as much as possible. I know this is not the most comfortable position for everybody, but it's a great hip opener. Now I want you to think of pulling your head forward to try to straighten your spine again and come up with a flat back. Very good. Now, you should already be facing this direction, but if you're not, you can move like us. And I want to do a seated forward fold. So go ahead, make sure that your toes are pointing up to the sky, flexed feet. Bring your arms up by your ears. Inhale and exhale down. Now you can hold on to your shins, your thighs, your feet. You can do peace fingers. You can look at those adorable dogs over there. Next time I'll have Mindy doing yoga with us. She has a pretty good downward facing dog. All right, go ahead and fold over. Again, if that's not possible, you can be up here, that's fine. It's all a stretch, no matter where you're coming from. Try to keep your feet flexed.
Which way you going? Which way you going?
Exhale. And on your next inhale, roll up. Now go ahead and bring your right foot into your left leg here. We're going to turn our torso so that your belly button is hopefully over your left leg. It might be a little hard to do that. Arms up and fold over. Don't forget to breathe. Go wherever your body can go that day, that time of day. Listen to your body. other side. Turn the torso, arms up, and exhale down. On your next inhale, go ahead and roll up. Very good. Now, we're gonna go ahead and lie onto our backs. How you doing, Sasha?
I feel excellent.
You feel excellent? We'll go ahead and give your knees a hug as congratulations. Yes, so spiffing. You can rock here a little bit. We're going to do another spinal twist, so go ahead and bring your knees over to the right. Look to the left. Practice your arm out. Say hello to the ant that's crawling near your head. You're outside like we are. A little ant. Switch sides. Breathe. And back to the center. Now we're going to roll up into a bridge pose. Just like this. Roll a couple times, and then I want you to land into bridge. If you can straighten your legs, that's awesome. I'm gonna bend mine. If even this is too much, you can bring your toes to touch the ground. You could be like Sasha, who looks amazing. Don't hold your breath here. It's really easy to hold your breath here. It's hard to keep breathing when you're working your abs. That's normal. I don't like bridge pose, but I know it's good for me. So here I am. And go ahead and come all the way down. Now this next one is a little complicated. It's like a little puzzle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave our left arm down by our side. We're going to bend our right leg and let the hip open, the right hip open, like this. So go ahead and put the right leg down. That's right. Now we're gonna weave our right foot behind our other foot, and we're gonna grab it with our left hand. You got it? Totally weird, I know. But now we're gonna take our right hand, grab our knee, and pull it up. While you're pulling with your left hand, you're also pulling your left knee with your right hand. This is a really good stretch because it's hard to access these muscles and the tissue any other way. Breathe in and out. You should feel this in your right quadriceps. And all that fascia everywhere. And on your next exhale, you're going to go ahead and put the left foot down. Bring the right foot up, and we're going to do it to the other side. So again, we're going to open the left hip, your left foot under, grab it with your right hand. Take your left hand and pull your right knee back. Feel the stretch in your left quadricep. This is a hard one. You're not alone. Make sure to breathe. Try to tuck your pelvis. I know I have a tendency to kind of go like this so it hurts less, but try to tuck it so you can really get the most out of this stretch. Breathe in and out. And we're going to bring our right foot down, bring our left foot back up, and we're going to do a happy baby. So what that is you're going to bring your feet up, grab your big toes with your peace fingers, bend your elbows, and rock back and forth like a happy baby. All right, so now I want you to do some form of an inversion. If you're into handstands, headstands, go for it. I don't know how to do that business yet. I mean, kind of a little bit. But for now, if you'd like, you can do a waterfall, which is just bringing your feet up over your knees, over your hips, just like this, with flexed feet. And you're going to bring your palms down. Now you can stay there like that. The purpose is really just to get your feet over your heart, which is not something we do throughout the day. So it's a good change for your body. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, you can go ahead and do a shoulder stand, if you know what that is. If you don't, watch before you try, because you don't want to turn your neck in this stand. Breathe in and out. You can even try a headstand over by a wall, whatever you want to do that gets you upside down. If you're in waterfall, stay in waterfall. If you're in shoulder stand, go ahead and roll down into waterfall. And all my headstanders and handstanders, come out of that and get onto your back. You're going to bring your feet down, and now we're going to try to situate ourselves where we straighten our legs out. You can put your hands under your butt, and we're going to lean our elbows back. Now you can lean a little bit further back by putting your hands down further. We want to pop our chest out. We're going to go ahead and flex our feet. This is good for after a shoulder stand. It's called fish. Breathe in and out. Untuck your hands and go ahead and come to Shavasana. Toes roll out, palms facing up. Breathe in and out. Notice how different you feel from the start of the class. We're starting and ending in the same position. Hopefully you feel a bit more warm, should feel a little bit nicer that your body is sinking into the ground. Hopefully you feel a little bit more relaxed. Go ahead and do your own scan of your body. Start with your toes, your feet, your ankles, to your calves. Trying to make sure that everything's nice and relaxed, no tension. Up to your knees and your thighs, your hips, your pelvis, your lower back, your stomach, your ribs, the front and the back, expanding and contracting, as well as your belly, your chest, collarbone, your shoulders, down your arms into your elbows and your wrists, your hands and your fingers. Relax your neck and the back of your head down to the ground. Try to relax your jaw. Smell the smells, hear the sounds. Relax your eyebrows and your forehead. Hopefully you've relaxed and opened your third eye a little bit. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel that energy coming out the top of your head. Soften the eyelids. Bring some life back into your toes. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Stretch your legs and your arms overhead. Roll to your right side. Stay here for a little bit. You're ready, come up to seated. Just get seated in a comfortable position, whatever's comfortable for you. Rest your hands on your knees. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. I feel really lucky that people were interested. I feel supported. I hope you feel supported and that you gave yourself some time today. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Namaste.
Give me the 5.